Ruka is relatively fine at the moment. She is healing. And very soon we're going to be heading off to go get more supplies, more stuff, more things. And it'll be so great. So we're going to open that up. And let's open this. Alright, let's go, Ruka. My flesh! Ah! You know, her skin really isn't what I'd be worried about. I'd be worried about her eyes. Her whole respiratory system being melted. Acid getting into the alveoli, and then proceeding just to melt every aspect of it, I guess. Prevent her from breathing anymore. Yeah, that's what I'd be worried about. Okay, let's go down here. And yeah, she takes like almost 40 damage just getting out of our base, so it is definitely not something that is easy on flesh beings. It's almost half health for Greenlanders. Okay, now we can go this way over to that way station. Now there is a different strategy here, which is where you tech rush up to hybrid mines, and then you don't worry about it anymore. You just let the hybrid mines create all your supplies. Well, we got attacked by an iron spider over there. No one fell over though, so who cares? Okay, off we go. The shopping tempest has arrived. Oh! God damn it! You guys, we don't have anything for you. Go away. Ah, yes, the Great Desert Way Station. Alright. So let's go in. Let's move Agno ahead of Foodie. Okay, let's go buy some building supplies. Let's do business. So I want to sell you these. And that. Now we'll take all of those. That's nice. And we'll take your books as well, even though we may be filled. And your fuel, just because we don't have enough right now. All right. So, back over we go. Into the Deadlands with Ruka. Now, there are no animals in the Deadlands, so we will eventually need to figure out how to get some leather. Open my eyes. I need action leader. When's our next bet? Who's the Shack talking to? Betrayal. Then I shall do this. No, I don't think so. Treachery. Now, there is also a lot of ancient science books over here in the scrapyard that we can grab. So we should go do that instead. That way we can get to tech level 4 very cheaply, I think. And then everything should work out for us. Hello, friendos. Oh, hello. Strange human. What brings you to my abode? Okay, a lot of the stuff that we don't necessarily need right now. Sounds good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. Goodbye, friends. And we could pick up Sad Neil if we wanted to. He would be very sad, though we aren't actually leaving the Black Desert. Actually, he'd be ecstatic. What are you talking? What am I talking about? He'd be so happy. He'd be overjoyed. Okay, can I have one of you come over here? I need you to pick up Haruka. I want you to come over here. Very good. Now pick up Haruka. Fine, be like that. We actually do need to deconstruct these walls so we can make our base bigger, so it's not actually a big problem. Let's dismantle some stuff. You know, currently we have great lighting, so we're going to take advantage of that. That's milliseconds of amazing lighting. Okay, that should be fine over there, and that should be fine over there. So, let's go ahead and plan everything then, shall we? How big are watchtowers? They take up about the same amount of room as the Storm Shack does. So as long as the Storm House does. So as long as, you know, we sort of have enough room for that, then we should be good. This one, we can put this over here. We can put this one over here, I think. And that should be good. We might need a little bit more room here and there for some things. Like we probably want this to just go and square off back there. Just so we can have places to put mining, but aside from that, we should be fine. We also don't want things to be too close, and we want to use as many longs as possible. Which means we need to be able to see that. You know, that could work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. There, but instead it's just a long, and then we come back. Stay there. That can work. And we could put another one back here, but I would like to have our mining over here if there's anything there that is actually able to get us that. So, an ore mine. I don't think there are actually any, like, hard resources here. Yeah, there's nothing to pull out of the ground. So, all that's kind of immaterial. But we could set up some stuff over here, further out, that actually has what we need. Because here, as long as we have enough stuff, we should be perfectly fine. We don't need to... Stuff doesn't break down in this game, so you don't need to constantly repair things. Okay, so that should be fine. That means we can get rid of some of this. We actually need that to be a little longer. We'll make it a long... Which kind of like just connects these two together to a degree. Yeah. Could do that. We could put a short here, and then we'll need another short. What are you doing? Oh, I see what's happening. Okay, let's go to walls. Like that, and then over. That should be okay. We're being way too, like, OCD with this. But I want to use longs because they cost less. Alright, we're going to do that. We're going to do a long over here. And then we are not going to worry about it. Damn it. We are just going to connect them. There, good enough. We're actually going to move this one up a little bit. Okay, sounds good, I think. We can take these. Let's see. I think that works. So, we probably need to move this over a little bit. But aside from that, yeah, we're good. Okay, that works. Cool. Here's the important thing. We need these to all be paused. Because they will cost way too much, and we only need one of them to get finished at a time to transition everything over there, so that we can then put everything into a watchtower. Okay, Ruka is resting. Never mind. Put Ruka down so Ruka can lay down. Because right now we've got a resting Ruka. Alright, so you come over here. And let's just build two storages out here real quick. So we're going to go storage, we're going to go building materials, and then iron plates. What do these need? Iron plates. Those both need iron plates. Throw it on the ground. Sounds good. Foodie. Put all these in. And then over there, put all those in. Now, Foodie, come over here. And let's put those in there. Excellent. So we want to go to core. We want to go to tech level 5. We just need people to do that. So we're going to get all of these made. We'll probably put a ramp over here if we can. We may or may not be allowed to do that. Oh, we are. Good. That works. Go ahead and keep going, guys. And this will hopefully solve all of our problems. Now, we will need to have something built out here, just so that we can have stuff that gets us metals and resources. We'll probably have it all be with it. It'll most likely be its own little mini base as this drone goes soaring around in the sky. These don't actually do anything, they're just sort of flavor. It sort of makes you wonder how that thing can stay in the air for so long. But, you know, sufficiently advanced technology. Now we should have a lot of plates. So, since this is the one that's able to shoot the most people all the time, I am going to defense. Mounted crossbow, that one's type 2, that one's type 1. Put this one here, and that one there. That should work. Is this a type what? Or type 2? Type 2. Very nice. So they'll be able to go get those made, and then our turretiers will spend a lot of time on those. So broken a Model 30. Broken little Model 30 is good at. They're bad at katanas. Bad at dodging. They aren't particularly gifted with anything. They're bad with thievery. Okay, so field medicing they're good at, engineering they're good at, robotics they're good at, science they're good at, weaponsmithing they're good at, armor smithing they're good at. So basically, if it requires the mind, they're good at it. Is essentially what that translates to. What are you guys doing? Okay, sounds good. Okay, you get on this one, you get on that one. And you will help build this. And then get on that turret. Yeah, this game's really fun. It's one of those games where it requires a lot of exploration, and then there's a lot of... I don't want to say trial and error, because it's not entirely accurate. But there is a lot of... This game is essentially... Think about it like this. This game is a gigantic knowledge check. I don't know if I would compare it to Dark Souls in that regard, but it's definitely a big knowledge check. The more you learn about the game, the easier it is to play. I have 500 hours in Kenshi. So it's definitely something where you're going to get your money's worth. There's also a free trial. So the free trial is go to the forums in the Kenshi Steam page. Yeah, right? Go to the forums in the Kenshi Steam page, and you'll see that there's a free trial in there. It should still work. It only lets you get up to, I think, 20 in your skills. So what that translates to is if you start as a wanderer, with the wanderer start, you'll start around here in the hub. So you'll probably be able to deal with some people. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the choose from Munda is. So with the free trial, you'll be able to take care of things around the hub. All right. Farewell. Okay, well, we had our first idiot. That's a new one. Okay, so how do I get rid of this? Well, we had our first moron. So, starting the game. Oh, we just had an idiot show up and decide that they wanted to be an issue. They're gone now. So, so if you stream, you're gonna have those people show up like eventually. Like sometimes it'll be people who just want to like harass you and be a moron, to try and get a rise out of you. Other times, or to get you to argue with them. Other times, it'll be someone who wants to come in and say that I don't know, some political figure of the last 100 years did nothing wrong or something. You know those morons. And you know, just as what it is. But anyway, with the free trial, you'll be able. I know, right? With free trial, like they don't even go into nuance or anything. Like they don't go into eras of like time, where it's like, okay, well, like someone can be democratically voted into a position of power and then get too much power and take over. Like this happens. You see this. Kenshi doesn't have a defined end. So that's the thing. Kenshi doesn't have a defined end. So whatever speedrun category you want, so whatever you want to speedrun, you have to sort of make your own like criteria for there. There might be a speedrunning like thing. There was an Easter egg quote unquote thing where like you would collect all the eggs of every race of animal, but it's one of those games where you can really just do whatever you want. Like if you want, you can just literally farm weed and make hashish and sell it. Okay, you could do that. You could kill all the major factions in the game. You could be at war with every faction in the game if you wanted to be. And they would all raid you. They would all like send raids to kill you. You could do all kinds of things. But there's no definite end of the game. So anyway, with the free trial, you'll be able to hang out around the hub, take care of starving bandits, and deal with dust bandits. And, you know, maybe start a base somewhere in, like, the Borderlands. You can go anywhere on this map, by the way. That is perfectly fine. There are people who sell items that you can buy that will reveal other locations, and you can also find those items. The coolest thing I've done in the game, I think the coolest thing was we went up into the Cannibal Plains area. We put our base here, I think. And we made it a point to manufacture all of our own armor and weapons, then exterminate the cannibals for the most part, and then basically kill all the major bosses. So we killed one of the bosses that's down here. We killed a boss over here that we found. We didn't take out faction leaders, which we would have wanted to. And we killed a faction boss that's down here. We didn't get the one over here. We did a lot of things, right? And the thing is, like, that's kind of what you can do in Kenshi. If you aren't asking yourself what the hell is going on sometimes, you're probably playing Kenshi wrong. Because there's a lot of flavor here. We have the religious fanatics over here who are sort of like a mix of... I think people have said that they're sort of a mix of like ancient Egyptian pharaohs with some forms of Christianity or something like that. Like old Christianity, where it's like oppression and go to church every Sunday or else. right? So you have those. You have essentially just like Carthage almost up here and down here. You have the Klingons over here in the Sten Desert. Calling them the Klingons is actually quite apt. You could also just say that this is just feudal Japan. That works too, but they have a shogunate. There's the Western Hive over here, which is like bug people. You have Swampers down here who just don't care about laws or rules or anything. They just want to be ran by gangs and grow hash and sell it. Yeah, all kinds of things. This one's called Fishman Island. I'll let you figure out what that is. There are the Fog Islands, which people are universally terrified of in-game. There's Rebirth, where the religious fanatics send everybody who is not a human to go to work themselves to death so that they have a chance to be reborn as a human. And, yeah. We've got cannibals, we've got gigantic lizard things, we've got skeletons. I like these guys. These are different models of skeletons, but they're there. These are the hivers are sort of split into three groups. We have princes who are better at some skills, workers who are better at other skills, and well, they're like ants, right? So you got some ants that are better at this, other ants that are better at those things, and other ants that are better at other things. You know, basically it's a big game about... Kenshi is a game primarily about exploration. So you're going to be looking around, asking yourself what the hell is going on. There are some things that are kind of unnerving when you run into them. There are something bandits. They are down in the sonorous dark. And really one of the things that's cool about Kenshi is the lore, because Kenshi is definitely a game that has extremely rich lore in the background. So, like, why in the world is this place called the Deadlands? Well, it's so ecologically devastated that nothing can live here. This is like take Flint, Michigan, and now ramp it up by like 100,000 times to where even the ground is toxic to step on. The water is literally acid, like sulfuric acid, and will start dissolving you. It rains acid, like sulfuric acid rain that's highly concentrated and hurts you. So there's all kinds of cool stuff. Down here, there's a giant... This entire place, like, has been theorized to just be one gigantic space elevator that collapsed. So we're talking about an interplanetary species. And the best part, I mean, you can barely see it, but you see that over there on the distance, on the horizon. That's not a moon. That's a planet. We're on a moon right now in Kenshi. This is not like this race's birth planet, I don't think. This is a spacefaring, starfaring civilization that fell like several thousands of years ago. Tens of thousands, I think it's tens of thousands of years ago, maybe hundreds, probably tens of thousands. And yeah, civilization's just sort of trying to continue existing. Okay, so we have that taken care of. How many building materials do we have left? 3. Okay then. We have lots of iron plates. Also, the modding community is great here. Like, there's Warhammer 40k stuff. There's all kinds of stuff that's just amazing. But all rise. Yeah, we have a light taken care of. But yeah, I highly recommend you pick it up. It is very good. Okay, we finished that research. We need 5 iron plates to upgrade this, which we can do no problem. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, at least twice. Like, that's the important part. Is at least twice. There's the first empire, and there was the second empire, and who knows, like, who's tried to do things before that. And the thing about, like, Kenshi that's really interesting is that, I mean, I'm just going to spoil, like, this person's name, but the thing that's really interesting about Catlon is that if he wasn't so friggin' oppressive, like, the Second Empire could have potentially survived. It's just, something ran by skeletons just doesn't really work. Yeah. Usually people refer to it as the First Empire, but yeah, it's just one of those things, right? It's just all this stuff went downhill, and no one really knows what happened to the First Empire. And it's incredibly compelling in many ways. So, okay, hydroponics. We need veggies and hemp. Then we need rice weed, so we can make Gohan. Once we have those all taken care of, we have infinite clothing, so we can get our armor smithing up. We have infinite food, so we can get all that taken care of. And we do it with a relatively small base. So, oh, good. Excellent. That's stone mining. Okay, fully automatic drill. What do we need? We need 2 AI cores, so I know how to get those real easy. Advanced medicine, splints, armor crafting, advanced stat training. Okay, sounds good. Right. What are you guys actually shooting at right now? Something over there that is moving relatively quickly. It's got to be on the other side of the mountain, right? I think it's that. I think that's what they were shooting at. But yeah, the lore of Kenshi is super, super interesting. So it's one of those, and there's also a library where I think you can find a lot of the lore as well. So it's definitely one of those things where there is a rabbit hole you can go down to. You can go down if you want to. Which is incredibly nice. Alright, Ruka. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Ah! No! It burns! So we just need to get at least some of this taken care of, and then we'll become enemies with the United Cities, Holy Nation, and Shek Kingdoms all at the same time. And watch them all just die trying to get inside. And then Igor will show up and well, things will probably go horribly wrong at that point. Right. We could go get more stuff from... We could get one of those station houses complete so that we can set up another watchtower. We can also... Ow! We can also... we will need some people who are working on the automated stuff. Yeah, let's go do that. Krell's cocked, this place is not for us. Come on, Ruka. I mean, Krell Reborn, let's do this. You'll be fine. Doesn't hurt that bad, does it? So let's see. Oh, so Kenshi 2 might be coming out sometime, hopefully this or next year, which is super cool. Right, we can just prospect. We don't need to do that. Fertility, we don't care about that. Copper. Ooh, baby. What is this? No, that's nice. So it'll be really interesting when Kenshi 2 comes out. because there will be a lot of people just immediately jumping on it just to see what they can find, which will be very cool. Okay, well, I'm going to put that there, but not actually build it. And then we need an ore mine. Oh. Oh. I mean, that works. It's over here. I would like for them to be really close to each other, though. So... because then we can just put a tower up there and everything's fine. Well, there are two that are kind of close over here. That's copper, and this is iron. Sounds good. Okay. We could build a wall all the way from over there over here and around this. And that would make it a bit easier to get stuff over. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's see. Mining. Copper mine. It's not great, but, you know, the price we pay for security, right? Well, hell, we don't even need to do that. We can just put it over here. Let's have more than one, right? Have a bunch of copper mines. You use more iron than you do copper anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. We will get the fully autonomous ore mine. Okay, sounds good. On what side is it the richest? Over here. Yeah, it's probably okay. We will have a lot of power by the end of this. So let's pause the construction on these. We will need something over here. But we don't even need to defend these because enemies don't destroy them. So, you know, it's not a big problem. We can go to mining. We can just look at normal stone mines. Oh, those are pretty bad. Well, it is what it is, right? So, stone is terrible. Iron, copper. It looks like there might be something that's a bit better over here, right? I mean, it's far from ideal, but actually, well, where we were is pretty good. We could also go and blow around a little bit more. Yeah, it's all about getting some resources here and there. Fen is going to eventually be using a topper, which should help us quite a bit. Okay, let's get away from that. Okay, cool. There seems to be a lot of stuff over here. So let's go down here and see what's up. Good old Skinner's Room. What about Stone? Oh, nice. Yeah, this actually has everything we need. So this will be our little away base. We most likely won't have walls of any sort, because this will just be getting us raw resources. And Yeah, everything should be fine. If wind power works in Skinner's room, we might use that. Alright, let's go mining. Copper mine. Yeah, because we're just after the raw resources. Things don't need to actually be close to each other. That becomes optional. It would be good to have them all close to each other, so that we could have them defended. So we'll say copper mine. I don't know, put one there. Ore mine. These are pretty good. We'll maybe put those there. Stone mines. Those tend to be doing pretty well over here. And, okay, so we would need something to maybe protect these. And again, just something where we can lock people in it and not have to worry about it. Or maybe they're all over here. We could put a watchtower like over here or something, and then defend them all that way. That is maybe something we could do. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll move these around. We'll put some walls around this that we won't build yet. Let's see. Defensive gates, we always want this to where the tower would be pointing down at it. Because then we can concentrate our defenders a little bit. Okay, let's put the defensive wall in now. Defensive gates, I should say. Arrows pointing at the enemy. But yeah, there is a free trial. I highly recommend you give it a shot. Kenshi is definitely a game that is worth your time. Okay, that works well enough, I think. Like, ultimately, this doesn't matter, right? Ultimately, getting a nice, I guess, curve on it doesn't really matter. Always try to use longs as much as possible. This just makes your life easier. Okay, that works. No. Okay, that works, I guess. Good enough. Let's go to mining, and now let's put in these copper mines, shall we? Okay, 2 copper mines ought to do it. Ore mine. Yeah, ore mines. We can just put these down here. That should give us plenty. And then some stone mine. As long as the dudes on the tower would be able to shoot at all of these to kill anything that's on them, we should be perfectly fine. And so our that storm shack that we have back there, we won't actually do anything with those. We'll probably leave the Storm Shack there and siphon the 5 guys that would be used over here instead. Okay, so let's go over to this other one that is over here instead, and let's delete these. Because we found a better solution. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, we don't have any building materials right now. And we don't actually want to build this until we have fully autonomous, well, fully automated technology. Then we can do that. Okay. So that'll just make our lives easy. Okay. So we have people who are good enough, I think, to go get Fenn's Topper. So we're gonna go do that. Agnew, well, you're not quite there. We don't necessarily even need that topper, so let's go over here. We don't need it immediately. Do we want to get the topper first, or do we want to get Ray first? I'm thinking topper, maybe. Because then we have to babysit, because otherwise we have to babysit Ray a little bit. Yeah, I'm thinking we do topper first. We will never have the Mado fragment axe. That is a reality. If we come up with we make an army of Hydra ninjas, they will all be using toppers. Alright, so any of those elder big things. Adults, adults, and adults. Okay, sounds good. Let's kill them. It'll be good practice. No foodie. Yeah. Okay, Beep, Beep just martial arted that, that beak thing into oblivion. Very nice. Alright. Foodie, you take all this. At least Beep can eat this. Can eat the putrid foul raw meat. So that's good. Alright, and well, you know, she took some damage, but that's not from the beak thing, that it was from swinging around in acid. Okay. So, let's make our way to Flats Lagoon, I think. That will let us... Here, you guys. You fools! You actually want to fight us, do you? That's fine. We can do that. And then Foodie, go do what you want. Don't worry, we're just gonna one-shot these guys with Fed. Or two-shot them, one of the two. Annihilate people every time we hit them. Nice. Foodie got a little jacked up. Everyone else is perfectly fine. You know, man, it's just what it is. So, as you guys may know, Beep is a skeleton too. Hello, fellow skeletons. Let's see. Oh, man. Oh, those are hungry bandits. Yeah, sure, let's kill them. I mean, it's free dexterity for Fenton. Or is it? Yeah, like per swing he gets a little bit of dex. And he's currently at 112 dex because of having a bunch of skeleton arms. So, you know, it's not too bad. Brawl is chasing someone down to the ends of this moon. She's just gonna chase them. Like, get back here. Okay. You already killed the Dust King. He is currently sitting in a... the Dust King is currently sitting dead in a cage that's sitting in acid. In our base. There are also, if you guys are curious, if you guys are interested, there are also... Alvenge. There are also YouTube videos that people have made that sort of give you a summary of the overall story of Kenshi. Oh yes, Flats Lagoon. Down in the strange town. They're the Gorilla Bandits. We could go kill those guys. I think the leader of the Fishmen has like an AI core or something. So we should probably go down there and just destroy him as well. Hello, strange town. He has. Where is he? He's at the other one, isn't he? Oh yeah, he's at the other one. A one that actually makes sense. So there are these guys that you can sell hashish to, and then over here there's a secret drug farm. It's not very secret if I tell you about it, right? And all these land bats. Think of all the leather we could get off of those. Let's go kill them, everyone. Forsaken Howlers, one of the many monsters said to dwell in the Forbidden Zone. I've never fought a big group of these before. This might go amazingly well or amazingly horribly, but we should be fine. Agnew probably won't be. Hooty, no! How? They're actually hurting us. Blind war? Why? Alright then. Move a little bit. You don't have a met. Oh, right. Now you have a met. Alright, Beep is martial arting things to death. Agnew's down again. We sort of took the bulk of their attacks, I think. I think most of them that are down are because of us, I think. I mean, Maruka is doing work right now. Beep is barely even injured. He's just been knocking people out. Oh, we're out. We're not dying, though. He is dying, though. He's just unconscious. Excellent. To be taken care of. Go rescue Agnew. Very nice. Agnew is dying. Foodie is dying. Don't let Foodie die, please. I mean, if Foodie dies, we can just get another one. It's not a big deal. Excellent. But I'd prefer to keep Foodie. Alright, it's time for us to start collecting some leathers. Wow, they have a lot of them. That's good, we're going to need those. That is going to allow our leather worker to make a lot of dust coats and stuff like that for our crew. We can also sell them for a nice amount. Okay. Cool. So we can do a few more. Let's go trade with Foodie. Okay, well. Agnew, what are you doing? Oh! Excellent work, Agnew. Get it? Agnew? Okay, here's the plan. He's better at fighting. I'm kind of hurt, and he could probably kill me right now. Ruka's not, though, so I'm going to sell Fan, you go over here. Ruka, I want you to go and attack him and keep his attention. And then Beep, I want you to martial art the hell out of this guy. No, Fen. You stay away. Ah, good. Now go on over there. Excellent. Alright, Ruka, go pick up Hootie. So if they're dead, I'd probably skin them already. I've only done a lot of the ones over there, though. Leaving all this delicious meat behind. Even I almost feel bad about it. Okay, well, I think that's everything. Sites like this sometimes make this life worth living. Is that right, Beep? All this blood and gore all over the place. You're right, Beep. You're right. Alright, let's trade and let's dump all this into Foodie's inventory. Here you go, Beep. Have a bunch of foul meat. Give us that. Do we have another red medkit for you? Hello there, how are you? HBMH Bub Meister. How's it going? Okay, so Fan, go ahead and take, I mean not Fan, Beep, go ahead and take more. That works. We'll slap that over there. We're actually going to need to go to Flats Lagoon and potentially buy more equipment. Because we just slaughtered a bunch of land bats, and well, it would be unfortunate. Forbidden Zone lies beyond the way to the Ashlands. Alright, what are they doing? Who are they killing? A bone dog. A boneyard wolf. The bigger, badder, nastier version of bone dogs. And who is this? A Grillo Bandits. Oh, it is what it is. I'm doing alright. Can't complain about anything. Miskulls don't exist. We actually fought Miskulls earlier. They're not what they think they are. They're somewhere far, far worse.